Okay, there we go. We're officially back to recording so the world can hear us yet again, minus the live streaming. Okay, what the hell were we doing last time we played? We were moving the block down there or something, weren't we? Or were we...
Yeah,
I might just walk the processor down there and process that stuff where it is, because it's kind of in a good spot. So yeah, like I said, no more, well, at least not for the time being, the live streaming's kind of off the table. But I'm more than, like, with our testing, the multiplayer was much smoother. Not even just for, like, people playing in the server, but for me too. Wasn't getting any of the, like, frame ratey, rubber bandy stuff. I'm sure it's still going to happen regardless a little bit, but if I can get it down a teeny bit, then that's good. I wonder if I can do this. There we go. So yeah, that's all right. Back to the old school way, recording them. Plus they're better quality, like I said. Some of the 2-bit garbage look wasn't really working out for some people, but it's all good. We got like a nice little deck down there. What were we cutting longs? Maybe I'll switch to shorts and we'll just test it out, see how she goes. I'll switch to 7s. Yeah, and then I don't know where we're gonna go. We can just keep mowing until we run out of room to mow.
It's going to cause mass deforestation.
Yeah, mass. That sounds fair. Yeah, I forgot to use that farmer mod thing. Man, I really wish that would work in multiplayer. It's so sad. I wonder if there's like a version that'll come out that'll work in multiplayer. Because that'd be super nice. To be able to do this stump removal like while playing. Live game style. Because last time we used... Oh. You cut my log, you bastard.
Oh.
I was like, why? I'm like, why did it stop? I'm like, where's the other end? Uh-oh. You'll probably get another 7 out of that, actually. You almost cut it right on the perfect dot. Close enough. Yeah, because before we used what the, that farm manager... No, what the hell is it called? What was the mod called again? Easy Dev.
22.
Easy Dev, yeah. Because we used that before to clear stumps, I think. Man, it feels like it was so long ago now. When did this come out? This year? Not last year. November? December, January, February.
24th, I want to say.
So we're like 4 months, almost 5 months into it. It's crazy to think that. 'Cause it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel.
There's already been like 1,000 mods or something out on the
That's wild. And probably only 100 of them were half decent.
Yeah.
That's usually the case. Here's so many complaints. You ever want to have a really fun time? Go on the Giants official forums, like where they all have their official conversations with like the people or whatever. It's like their official website forum or whatever. I don't go there very often, but once in a while I'll catch an article or something, and then I'll go over there and I'm like, oh my god, there's so much drama over there. It's a lot of whining and complaining. It's like, it's kind of like Facebook though. Facebook groups were pretty much the same thing back when I used to be in them. Just people whining. And I think the worst thing that technology ever gave to people was the ability to reminisce their thoughts to the public via social media. Because, man, you see some interesting stuff that people post about their lives, and you're just like, man, why are you sharing that with people? Because someone's got to know how I feel. Yeah, pretty interesting.
So I always see those posts, and I'm just like, you do realize there's not a single person in this world that cares.
Yeah. That's actually very accurate. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny. There was actually a video. It was like, I think it was like an anti-Facebook campaign or like a wake-up campaign thing. But it was this video, and it basically showed, it was like actors in this video, and it showed this guy posting like all his stuff on Facebook about how great his life is, and how he's basically like kind of faking his happiness through these posts and making it look really great when really in the background it's just like this horror. He's like, his wife is all like screaming at him and yelling at him, but then he takes a picture of them smiling even though they're both like in a giant fight, and like it just on Facebook it looks like his life is like so perfect and so great, but really it's just this abysmal mess. And it's like, wow, that's totally just legit. Everybody's taking pictures of like their greatest accomplishments and they don't tell you about all the bad stuff, right? So then everybody constantly compares and goes, oh, look, their life is so great. Why does mine suck? Meanwhile...
Power of editing.
Yeah, right? That's exactly it. I think if anybody doesn't know that by now, though, they're probably still living in the dark on the social media world. Get out. Go live your life, man. Go do stuff. I remember a long time ago... I used to be a photographer. Well, I was getting into photography, and I started doing wedding photos and event photos, and like I turned into a whole business there for a couple years. It was really fun, and then I finally got sick of it and I gave it up. But during the learning portion of it, I was learning about cameras and focal ranges, ISO, blah 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 blah, all the stuff to like do with pictures and stuff. And I was following this guy. I can't remember his name now, but he had this instructional video. I think he worked for Nikon or something, and he had these instructional videos about how to use cameras and best ways to capture certain moments and how to deal with crowds and just like really interesting stuff. But I'll never forget the one part of his whole training thing where he stopped and he said, I remember this one time he said when I was on, I think it was like a whale watching guide trip, and he was there with his family or something like that. And, I don't want to quote it verbatim because it was so long ago, but it was something along the lines of these whales were coming up out of the water next to the boat, and his kids and his family were like petting them, and they were like right there. And I think he said, along the lines of like he didn't really get the chance to actually enjoy the petting of the whales with his family because the whole time he had his camera in his hand and he was taking pictures and not really paying attention, just like focusing on getting the perfect shot, and he kind of missed the experience, right? So his whole take at the end of that was sometimes you just have to pet the whale. That was his whole slogan. Put down the camera because some moments are meant to be like enjoyed and not, you don't have to capture every moment of your life, right?
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I was like, that could apply so heavily to social media. It's like sometimes you can just sit down and enjoy a hamburger. You don't have to like arrange it on your plate and take a photo for the whole world to see because nobody gives a shit. Unless you're a food critic and that's your job and they want a picture of it. Why are people doing this? I don't get it. Or, you're taking a picture for your wife or something who's out of town and you're like, look, I made this awesome meal, and you send it to her just to share that experience with her. But like, I don't understand why people put it on like social media to share with like total strangers. It's just so weird. Influencers. I'm kind of, regardless of using social media for FDR logging and stuff, I am such an anti freaking social media, anti all that stuff. I think it's just kind of gotten so out of hand. But I also was raised in like, rural community, living in the bush. We didn't have that stuff growing up, so it wasn't until I was like 20 years old before I got really into the heavier technology. We had video games and stuff, like we weren't living cavemen, but the concept of social media was just always abysmally strange to me. Girls in high school posting like their favorite avocado meals and their just the stupidest shit, and it's just like so fake weird crap that they're posting just for attention. It's like, man, like, why don't you just go out and actually enjoy yourself? And it's like, oh, I can't because I'm not getting affirmation from anyone, so can't have a good time without everyone thinking I'm having a good time, or without anybody knowing I'm having a good time. Yeah.
Then you look under the comments, their so-called best friend commenting, "Oh yes,
Yeah.
slay queen," and you're just like, I know you're talking shit behind her back.
Yeah, primo example for sure. Yeah, isn't that funny how that works, eh? So strange. Yeah, I don't know, man. Not a big fan of any of that stuff. It's like Reddit's another prime example. Like I used to be so heavy into Reddit. Like I loved it because it was just like you just see so much crazy shit on there, right? It's just like interesting stuff or crazy stuff or like neat stuff and fun stuff, and it's like scientific stuff, discoveries. Like it was just like such a great hub for like just new things all the time. And then it was like what 2019 when the whole COVID thing hit, and it just turned into COVID, and then immediately following it just politics. That's all it is now. It's just politics. There's nothing, like hardly ever can you find a post that's not related to something political on there, like ever. And it's just so brutal. I used to like Reddit, but I actually just I deleted all my shit off there because I just couldn't do it anymore. It's not.
I turned into Live Leak and I decided to call it there.
Yeah, Live Leak.
I don't know how that happened, but
yeah,
it did.
Did you still use it?
Like, yeah. Oh no. After that, I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to be on here anymore.
Yeah.
This is not a good idea.
No, you saw enough stuff on there that you're scarred for life, or what?
Yeah. Watch too many people
get mowed through machines and yeah. Ours was what rotten.com or something was one way back in the day. It was basically what Live Leak was, but a little more graphic, maybe less graphic now, I don't know. But yeah, like, you know, you really do got to protect that mind of yours because you only get one of them, and if you screw it up too much, you're not getting it back. And I'm sure most people that watch these videos, or even from any age range when the internet was happening, we've all seen all the same horrible things, and yeah, it's better. It's stuff you can heal from your brain though, because I had one friend who was absolutely like, I don't know, I want to say he was addicted to it. Like he got so addicted to like these horrible friggin' like gore videos basically, and he'd text me links and I'd open it and it would be like some god awful frickin', you know, machete wielding nightmare video, and I'm like, whoa, that was a lot. So then eventually I just stopped opening links for him because I'm like, dude, I just don't want to see this shit. Like, I don't know what's going on with you, but I don't need to see this stuff. It's kind of crazy. And he like developed some like hardcore like PTSD from that, just because he's seen so much crazy stuff on there. And I mean, granted, we've all seen some pretty wild stuff, but I've never pursued it to the point where it's like, oh, let's keep watching until we're basically throwing up or addicted to it. And like he's a lot better now than he was, but he had to just really remove himself from that. And he learned really heavily that it's like, yeah, you know, the longer you expose yourself to it, the worse it's going to get. Like, you really need to step back from it and then choose not to pursue it. Like if you see links to crazy shit, don't pursue it. Like, go move on to something else, do something else. Because, oh my God, you can scar your brain pretty hard with that stuff. As we all know, I'm sure, from random things we've seen or friends have sent us thinking it was funny. Protect your brain, people. Fill it full of good stuff, not bad stuff. That's my advice to the world. And it's not too late to rewire your brain to get that shit out of there. Not saying I'm an advocate for like non-violence or anything, because some videos are pretty awesome, but I love like my problem was like fighting videos, like whether it was on the street fighting or like videos of like UFC fights or that kind of stuff. Mostly because I was so heavily into security, and I've been in so many combative situations and fights and brawls and just crazy violence throughout my like 20 years of doing security. So like I also was the same way, where I was like kind of hooked, where I wanted to watch more of those videos because I'd get that like that little adrenaline drip that you get from just seeing the fight happening. Cause it's like bringing back memories. You're like, yeah, oh yeah, right. But like it's so exhausting. It's so bad for you to do that because you're constantly in this state of like adrenaline, and then when it's over, you're just like exhausted, and you're like, man, that was really healthy, wasn't it? Let's not do that again. So I've grown to kind of like avoid that stuff, but.
Just go watch midget wrestling. It's good. And
there you go. See, that's that. Yeah, midget wrestling. No, I'm more
Make
of a
laugh your ass.
Yeah. I'm more into like cat videos now. Cats being absolute shitheads. That's kind of my thing, because it's just like, what do they call it? Like bleaching your brain, right? So that you can kind of have normal stuff. But I still like video games. Like, I don't know. I like shooting games, violent video games. I think they're fun. But again, it's really easy to draw the line on a video game as opposed to watching. Like, I have a totally different reaction if I'm playing like a video game where you're running around getting chased by a monster, getting shot at, shooting people, whatever, playing a video game, I do not get that same weird adrenaline drip that I do from watching an actual video of real people about to fight. Like, it's just a different cues, different reactions, different behaviors, and you just identify them as an animal, right? You see them and you're like, and your body gets all excited. But in a video game, it's like you don't really get that same reaction because it's like, 3D people and they don't have the same kind of like stature and reaction. And so I'm sure there's an interesting study to be had there for sure. But trying to find a balance, not go crazy. Solve for peace. Don't wreck your brain too early on. See, this is smooth right now. I'm not getting barely any jitters. I've had like a couple FPS drops for like here and there, but not like bad. Nothing like it was last time we played.
Running great.
Yeah. So I really do think the streaming thing is what was killing it. Because it was like really bad there a couple times. And even for you guys playing, like, you're playing with invisible logs and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? Why? Doesn't make any sense. Screw that one. That's a little piece. But yeah, nope. The world's an interesting place for that kind of stuff. So best to fill your head full of positive things if you can. Cat videos. Can't go wrong with cat videos. Cartel videos, not good. Cat videos, okay.
Yeah, make sure you find the right cat videos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Not the sketchy cat videos where people do things wrong. Yeah, just stay off of 4chan, Live Leak. I don't know. There's probably others. I don't even want to know the rest of them. Yeah.
I mean, some of that's bleeding into just normal social media.
Oh man, you know what? Even Instagram. So I YouTube Shorts, definitely I've abused that. Like at work sometimes when it's like super slow, we got nothing going on. I got nothing to do, so I just pull out the phone and start whipping through Shorts because I got literally nothing going on. I'll use YouTube Shorts and sometimes, very rarely, Facebook Reels, but not very often. I usually just scroll Facebook and look at funny memes. But like even on Instagram, so I opened that up the other day because I have that Instagram account again. And it just instantly fired me right into the Reels. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I scrolled that for a bit. And it's like, damn, they're like the raw doggest stuff ever on there. Like more so than Facebook or anywhere. It's like they don't have community standards whatsoever. It's actually impressive the amount of stuff I read on there that I'm like, wow, how is that comment still there? Like that's okay. Like right on.
Just car wrecks, people breaking bones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the even the crazy, there's some like really pretty hardcore racial stuff on there where I'm like, wow, that's pretty out there. Right on. You can get away with that. Hey, cool. But yeah, and then you're like scrolling through there. It's like, oh, a cute cat video. Scroll next. It's like some guy in like Pakistan getting crushed by an excavator, and I'm like, oh, well, wow, okay. Right on. Okay, so that's where we're at here, right? Okay. Yeah, it's pretty wild though. Just the amount of different stuff that you see. Just wacky tobacco. See, as long as we keep moving these piles along, I think we're gonna do fine here. Because they're not
a big section I was clearing on the new map. We were doing it like I normally do it, just make a big ass pile, cut it all down, load it, and go make another big ass pile.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. So I just started clear cutting, making piles all over the map, and it was just running so much.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Then at least you don't have it all in one spot. I really wish we could just deck for thousands of miles and then have it chill. That'd be so sweet. But just one of those things that we just can't do. That'd be my dream, is to just like go on here, process for like 4 or 5 hours, and then just have decks for miles all together. Be no problem. No big deal. But what do you do? Hey, what do you do? Yeah. It's alright. I'm sure it's coming with the next farming game.
Oh, yeah. They'll probably be in VR.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this one runs smooth enough for VR. I think that's probably one of the reasons why they didn't include it in the original game, and they created their own kind of version. Yeah, I was gonna do logging on this weekend, but apparently I'm working again. I've been working every weekend since, well, when's the last weekend? Was it last weekend or the weekend before we played? Or was it even the weekend? It might have been a Friday or something.
I think it was a Sunday.
Or was it Sunday? Was it last Sunday or Sunday before that? I can't remember now.
I think Sunday before.
Yeah. I feel like I've been working every single weekend for the last, like, forever. That's my biggest problem, is trying to find a consistent schedule with the jobs. It's not really working out right now. I wish I could just be like, this time every week we play, and it's just like, yeah, cool, that'd be sweet. And then I get called to work and I'm like, cool, I'd rather just not call a time to play, because I'm just gonna have to cancel, and it's more annoying than just saying, hey, I'm available for sure this day. It's the struggle of being alive.
Hell, it don't matter, no one shows up anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Flirty.
Yeah. You've been called it. Oh, actually, hey, he did say he was available on Saturday, but I was working, so that's fair. But, you know, normal people work during the week too, so I get it. And then I abnormally work every weekend, which apparently is not normal. But my bank account loves it, so I just got to keep working. But we'll see how things go. It's all right. As long as the Patreon money keeps rolling in, we can just keep freaking getting new models and new cool shit. I'm pretty excited about that. It's actually been pretty consistent. We had a few months a while back where we didn't quite have enough in the par. But then if it's close, I usually just top it up with my own money, because it's like, screw it. Oh, now I'm getting some lag hits. You don't even have that many trees down over there, do you? Actually, do you want to, after you cut that little pile, do you want to go grab that grinder and come grind some of this crap up?
Yeah.
Or you can process if you're really bored, and I can grind. I really don't care. I'll do either or. Whatever.
I don't mind running.
Whatever suits your needs. But it doesn't look like we have a whole lot going on. But this pile's touching that, pile's touching that pile. I always wonder if the stumps can actually interact with the logs via, like, no, because they're not dynamic, so I don't think that's the case. But I don't know. This game's a little bit different than the last one, that's for sure. The way it's set up just acts a little bit different.
Where is our grind?
That's a good question. I thought it was at the top of the hill, wasn't it? I think it's the Wheeler one. Wheeler. Wheel a while. Shuffle the deck. But yeah, so far the physics have been really good. I've gotten lots of good compliments about the physics working better now, so. See, and all I had to do was just add a little bit of weight to the trees. That was the trick. A little bit of weight.
It's almost like
they're underweighted.
Does everything.
They're not. It's funny because they're overweighted in stock game for the equipment, but they're underweighted for proper half decent physics to settle them. It's just, it's just no winning way to win. I should have actually put these aside, but you know what? I'm just gonna throw them in the deck and we'll see what happens.
Issue really weighs you down.
What's that?
Said that the issue really weighs you down.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I like that. That's an interesting way to say that. Where'd you hear that?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I think I can find it.
It's got to be a thing. It sounds like a new trend, a new trendy thing to say. It's got to be a TikTok thing. Sounds like something a TikToker would say. Not you, though. You haven't been spending time on the TikToks. No way.
No, never.
Must be someone else. Has to be.
I always find it so funny when people do trends. Like,
Like word trends or like just trends in general?
Just trends in general.
Yeah.
Some things, like, I get it. Yeah, it's kind of fun to participate or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
there's some things where
You're just like,
after
what?
like a million people do it, you don't have to do it.
Yeah. Hey, come on. Hawk 2 worked really well.
I was just about to say, like, that chick. Like,
what happened to her?
for
She
what,
disappeared,
6
eh?
months?
She probably made a shit ton of money off her Hawk 2 coin and then vaporized off the earth.
Yeah, that's exactly what she did.
Yeah.
She scammed everybody out of it and then ran.
Good for her. Way to take advantage of stupid people, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, the average normal human being would have saw that coming and gone like, oh yeah, hell no. So if you got conned out on that one, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what were you thinking? I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe heavily in cryptocurrency. I've made exceptionally good financial gains working with cryptocurrencies. So I'm all for it for the ones that have like an actual situated base to them. But there's so many scam coins out there now, and the new stuff that starts up. Like, I have friends that text me on the regular, and they're like, "Oh, have you heard of this new coin that just came out?" And I'm like, "No." And the fact that I haven't heard of it probably means it's not legit. I said I'll look at it, and I always do. And then I look at it, and I'm like, "Yeah, no, thanks, I'm good on that." But like, there's like the founding coins, right? You got like the Bitcoins, you got Ethereum, you got the Cardano. Well, Cardano's maybe not a founding coin, but it's it's up there, right? XRP, those have been kicking around forever. Solano, there's tons of different coins that have been kicking around for a long time that have been that do quite well. And even those ones are struggling in the market the way they are. So when you see like a new coin enter the market, I remember the funniest one I ever saw was, I think it was called Moon Coin, like moon, like to the moon, like GME Moon Coin. And man, a whole bunch of people bought into that. And yeah, I don't know what ever happened to it, but at the time, like the CEO disappeared and there was this big scandal and somebody made a whole lot of money and the rest of them all disappeared, like as expected, right? And it was pretty funny just watching all the different people have their freakouts about this moon coin because I thought it was going to go to the moon. GME.
So we, speaking of moon, we went to a buddy's house Sunday. We were talking about, astronauts and how they only make, they make very little money for what they do.
For the amount of intelligence they need. Yeah.
Yeah. And they only make, when they go into overtime, they only make an extra $5 an hour.
That's it. Oh, that was that whole thing about like reporter and Trump. They're talking about like how he's gonna pay them out of their own pocket because they owes them overtime or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell that was all about, but that makes sense if they're not paid super well. Man, that's wild. Yeah. Yeah, pretty interesting times when it comes to occupations. Here, just grind these. These are garbage.